Hello Promise Fellows, this is the tutorial for how to enter the benchmark information for your focus list students. To begin with, we're just going to check what the due date is on this, so you can do that by going to the Promise Fellow toolbox. And if you scroll down to Training Materials and Calendar, and then it's the first link, Promise Fellow Training Calendar and Important Dates, open that up. And if you scroll down to Data Tracking Benchmark 1, you'll be able to see when your benchmark is due. If your site is on quarter schedule, it's due Friday, November 30th. If your site is on a trimester schedule, it's due Friday, December 21st. And by that time, Promise Fellows need complete student profiles and baseline data with up-to-date quarter one attendance, quarter one work completion, and intervention data for all focus list youth being served. And again, just always be in contact with your trainer if for some reason you're not serving at least 15 students by this time. And preferably be in contact with your trainer before this due date. So to enter the benchmark, we'll go to Encore, which once again is mn.encorereports.com. Make sure you select the correct program year and then click Submit. And then we'll scroll down to the Minnesota Alliance with Youth section. If you're an Osprey Corps, you'll be logging in through Promise Fellows 20 MSY School Turnaround. Everyone else will be logging in through Promise Fellows 200 MSY statewide. And remember to always log in as an AmeriCorps member. This brings you to the login page where you enter your login information. And that will bring you to the Encore homepage. To enter the benchmark, you'll hover over Reporting, hover over Submit Reports, and click Student Tracking. This will bring you to the list of all the students that are on your focus list. And for each one, you'll have to update their benchmarks. So we'll go in, as an example, into Luke Skywalker. To do the benchmark, you hit Edit Benchmark, and this brings up the student's benchmark. So the first thing you have to do is enter the date entered. This is the date that you're entering the data. And then you'll fill out the attendance section, number of academic days in benchmark 1. So this is supposed to be, this student is on a quarter schedule. So we'll say there was 42 days in the first quarter. Obviously you'll have to look at your site and see exactly how many days there was. And let's say that Luke was absent for 13 of them and tardy for another 6. So you'll enter their attendance data. Then you'll come over to the student engagement survey. For the benchmark, do not create a new student engagement survey. We only give the survey at the beginning of the year and at the very end of the year. So you don't have to do anything with this section for the first benchmark. Just leave it alone. Then you'll come over to work completion, and it should be pre-populated with the 2 classes that you entered for the student's baseline. If it's not, you'll have to go back and check in the baseline which classes you put in. Make sure you're doing the same classes throughout the whole year. And you'll go back and check with those teachers on how the student did over the course of the first quarter or the first trimester in terms of work completion. So let's say for Algebra 2, Luke is completing 80 to 90% of the work. And in biology, Luke is struggling a little more. He's only completing 60 to 70% of the work. So now you've updated the entire benchmark number 1. That's all you have to do for right now. So you'll just scroll down to the bottom and click Save. And then you just want to make sure you do that for each of your students.